What's going on, guys? Today I'll be doing a comparison video between these Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro and these SoundPeats T2s. You may be wondering why I'm using this unknown brand to most people, and the real reason is because these SoundPeats earbuds have very similar traits to these Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, but at a much cheaper price. If you want the full info, stick around to find out, and all I ask in return is you consider liking and or subscribing, and that's it. Now guys, enjoy the video. Now before we get into the actual earbuds, let's have a look at both of these cases. The Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro have a square base and a quite compact box, which can easily fit into your pocket. And the SoundPeats have a larger, tall rectangular case, a bit like the AirPods case. They are both quite compact, but the Samsung case is a little bit more compact. Now let's go move on to the earbuds. They both are a very nice pair of earbuds. The Samsung earbuds have a gloss finish, and you can easily get this in different colours. The SoundPeats have a matte finish, which is also very nice, but doesn't have any other colours to choose from. But personally I think this is fine, seeing as the colour black mainly goes with anything, and most people like the colour black. Let me quickly talk about the fit of both of these earbuds in 20 seconds. The Buds Pro have a better fit than the T2s. They sit in your ear nicer than the T2s. The T2s feels to me as you have to get used to them a bit for them to nicely fit in your ears. But this may be just down to my experience. But after a few tries you get the hang of it and it seems normal. Another thing about the T2 earbuds is that they seem a bit bulky. It seems to stick out a bit more compared to the Buds Pro. But the T2s do hold more battery than the Buds Pro, which I'll speak about more later in the video. Guys, overall for the design, both companies have a very good design, but personally I prefer the Buds Pro, as they have a more compact case, a nicer fit and do not stick out too much. But the T2s are still very good in my opinion. Now let me talk about the ANC on the Galaxy Buds Pro. The ANC will block out any surrounding sounds by up to 99%. So when you're at your annoying cousin's house and you don't want to hear their rubbish, you can just turn the ANC on. But all jokes aside, I thought the ANC was excellent. You can't hear most things unless you're sitting next to a maxed out speaker. Now moving on with the SoundPeats T2s, you also get ANC. On Amazon it states that the ANC can reduce the ambient noise by up to 30 decibels. Overall they did great, blocking out most unwanted noises. So guys, overall this was a quite difficult decision, but the Samsung Galaxy Buds win. But the only reason is because they are a tad better in the ANC than the SoundPeats T2s. Now the ambient sound blew me around the Galaxy Buds Pro. I put the ambient noise on max settings and it felt like I didn't have the earbuds in my ears. I was able to have a conversation with people without needing to take my earbuds out, and it was great for when commuting. With the app you also are able to change how in depth you want the ambient sound to work. The SoundPeats ambient noise was also very good. It enhanced the noise so you could hear your surroundings and was able to have a conversation with other people, but the earbuds did feel like they were still in your ears, which felt very different compared to the Samsung earbuds, but it didn't sound just like a mic audio was playing. Seeing as with the Galaxy Buds Pros you're able to adjust the ambient noise amount and it doesn't really feel like you've got the earbuds in your ears, it was obvious for me to choose the Galaxy Buds Pro. That said, the SoundPeats T2s would still be a very great option. Now let's move on to the sound. The sound for both of these earbuds were very impressive. When you watch a film, listen to music or etc., you're able to hear what you haven't heard before with a normal earbud. The SoundPeats T2s hasn't got extraordinary bass as the Galaxy Buds Pro, but they still do a great amount of bass and treble as you watch a film, and still get the same sound effects as in a cinema and screen quality if you've got a good phone. Now in a real life scenario you probably won't be able to tell that much difference between the earbuds, seeing as they are both great, but the Galaxy Buds Pro are better and have a slight advantage of you being able to change the sound settings. Now let me talk about the battery life. The Galaxy Buds Pro lasts up to 5 hours with up to 18 hours with the charging case, and then also a quick 5-minute charge will give you an extra hour's worth of battery life, which is pretty good, and a bonus feature is that it supports wireless charging. Now let's see how the T2s compare. The T2s last up to 10 hours with ANC, and with ANC it lasts 8 hours, which is significantly better than the Buds Pro. Also with the case it provides up to 30 hours battery life, but take into mind that the T2s have a much bigger case than the Buds Pro. With some big brain maths calculations, I think that the T2s have a quick charge, which means it also gives you an hour battery life with a 5-minute charge, but I don't know if this is 100%, so don't quote me on this. Unfortunately the T2s do not have wireless charging, unlike the Buds Pro, but it's up to personal preference whether you care enough for it, but both earbuds do use Type-C charging. To conclude, the SoundPeats T2s wins this round with a much better battery life than the Galaxy Buds Pro. Before I get into the price, I need to talk about some cool features that both of these earbuds have. The Buds Pro have an app which you can use to control and change settings of the Buds Pro. Unfortunately, the SoundPeats don't have an app, but this is most likely because SoundPeats is a smaller company. The Buds Pro have an IPX7, which means you can drop the earbuds in water at a 1 meter depth for 30 minutes and it should be okay. Whereas the T2s have an IPX6, which means it can only handle splashes of water, which should be fine for most people. Another feature is that the Buds Pro can detect whether the earbuds are in your ear or not. So if the earbuds are taken out of your ears, they can pause the video or pause your music. Unfortunately, the T2s do not have this, but they are priced much cheaper than the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. The final feature I'd like to talk about is that they both have at least Bluetooth 5.0. The Buds Pro have 5.0, whereas the T2s have 5.1. I don't think there will be a big difference between the two, and they both should sound fine. For extra feature, I would give the Buds Pro a win. You get a nice experience and it feels like the brand cares about you, even if it's at a ridiculous price. Now finally the price, which is why I decided to compare these two earbuds. The T2s come at a price at $59.99 in the US, and in the UK £59.99, whereas the Buds Pro come in nearly at 4 times more expensive than the T2s, costing in the US at $200 and in the UK £219. Now think of how much money you could save or how many pairs you could gift to someone. But then think, would you prefer the Samsung experience such as the customized app, the slim case and fantastic features? It depends. If you don't mind sacrificing the experience and instead purchasing the T2s, the choice is all yours and depends on what financial situation you are in. Overall, seeing as there is a huge price difference, I give this round to the SoundPeats T2s for the cheap price and what you get for the cheap price. Now it's a bit hard to decide which one I should recommend to you guys, seeing as both earbuds are great and both are good in their own way. I'd recommend the Buds Pro if you care about the experience and are able to afford it. But if not, I recommend the T2s, as they stand up extremely well compared to the Buds Pro, and they are much cheaper, which will attract most people. And guys, on that note, I hate to be this kind of guy, but if any point in this video you liked it, consider liking and or subscribing, because you know, I need that YouTube bread. But in all seriousness, I much appreciate it, and guys, thank you so much for watching my video,